It says something about the rich getting justice, right? While the poor, right, are the ones who are like, being punished by the law. So it is the reality that will actually change you if you are anyone who want to fight for justice. Fighting justice in any way, it will change you.
And recently, I have one of my uncle that lives here in the United States with me.
Right.
His wife is a chief. Wife is also on this chief judge in Nigeria. She comes around. I think every 6 months or thereabouts. Recently, when she came, we were having this family chief chat discussion, and then the issue of Nigerian politics came into the picture. Michael, trust me, I wish there was a way I could call you and ask you to say, just be quiet, be quiet. I'll leave the phone on, and then you will listen to my open confrontation. You know what? You know what I did, Michael? I told her to her face. I said, law in Nigeria is non-existent. It's a joke. That what you have is just the highest. The law of the law you have in Nigeria is the law for the highest bidder. That you guys, that Nigerian legal system is not just. In fact, you should just scrap reading law in Nigeria. They should scrap it because it does not even matter. It does not even count because the one you have is a different thing completely from what you teach in the classroom.
Yes.
That you as a judge, as I see you, I told her she's my after all, my uncle is married to her, so automatically she happens to be my wife. I told her, I said, listen, madam, whether you like it or not, I will say it to you now. The truth of the matter is that you guys are not just the problem of Nigeria, you are the genesis and the revelation and the problem of that country. Because why? Because the ordinary man can no longer depend on you guys. Because why? Because you guys have been bought. I did not hold back. I never hold back. I did not hold back.
Some of them are actually surprised with what Dele Farotimi actually said about some of these guys, right? And the truth is that a lot of them knows that he's saying the truth. The judiciary in Nigeria is so corrupt, and they know it. Majority of them have even sold their clients, right, to the highest bidder too, because they were supposed to defend their clients against these powerful people. They ended up licking their asses and sacrificing their clients, right, to these powerful people. They will be telling you that you can't touch those people. I don't want to be in the same courtroom. Like they are starstruck, when they see these guys in court, and they themselves who are a bunch of criminals moving money, bribing judges to procure judgments in such a way that you'll be like, what is the essence of studying law? If some people claim to be the big lawyers, they are not big lawyers because they are good in arguing their cases. Okay, they are big lawyers because they are able to bribe the judiciary. They are able to influence judgments. Look at that Ironically controlling the presidential, tribunal presidential case in the Supreme Court. He was there defending a drug dealer. He said, man, he actually told us that because Tifnumbu's passport in Guinea has expired, that means the citizenship of Guinea has expired. Like, what the heck was that? There was no record of Tifnumbu denouncing that citizenship. A senior lawyer said that in front of the Supreme Court, and the judges listened to that, and they said that was not an evidence enough.
And don't forget to, in addition to what you just said, even when I became a citizen in the US here, the person that presided the process was a judge. He read the content of the law and then have me and the rest of the people that were there to read the aspect of where we started talking about.
Announce your other nationality.
Exactly. Thank you. So if a lawyer is saying that in front of a Supreme Court judge and they did nothing, my brother, does that not tell you everything you need to know?
It tells us everything we need to know.
To know that how horrific and terrible the whole system in that place, in that contraction is. Because now, because I mean, it's a laughable something, man, laughable stuff now, my ego, for a lawyer saying that in front of a Supreme Court judge, and you and I, who are not even a lawyer, oh, my ego, we're not saying that, and we're watching him saying that, and the two of them, and the judge is just laughing, and they
Somebody
did
would
not
turn around and say, "Do you know the reputation of this lawyer? Do you know what they have done to legal? What have they done than to destroy the legal system in Nigeria to what it is today?"
So, thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let me allow us to talk. Thank you, my
hearing from you, Baba. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, a very good one. Like, they are acting surprised. How can you be acting surprised about Nigerian judicial system, for goodness sake? Okay, let's say it is not all of them, or in a situation where you have the majority of them. That's a whole system. It's like saying there are some good, at least there are some good policemen. It's not all of them. We're talking about a system that harbors the criminals and criminal way. That system is criminal. So if you now say you have, but there are some, I mean, it's not all of them. What do you mean it's not all of them? Why is it not that say, okay, the bad eggs are just few, but the entire system is like saying, oh, well, the American policing system, you will say American, let's even use America now. The American legal system, you can say it is not perfect, Abi, but you cannot beat your chest and begin to say American legal system is so corrupt that only few of them are good. That would have been a systemic flaw that you can't hide. When everything in America, in everything even here in the UK, right, the justice system can be playing pranks on you at the lower levels. When it gets to the higher level, which represent the country, all that bullshitting will be kind of laid to bed, finally. And that is where you have your Supreme Court. If your Supreme Court in a country is in bed with criminals, criminal politicians who can bend the rules anytime they want, then you don't have any legal system. If you have the local sheriff in America that is corrupt, the moment it becomes a federal case, then every sort of a buried corruption at that local level, okay, will be corrected. That's how it should be. Even though you can say it's not perfect, which means there is no perfect system in anywhere in the world. There's always going to be something that is really, really faulty. Sure, you get. But when the entire system is faulty and you are looking for a tiny perfect one, a tiny good one, that's not a system. That's what you have in that contraption. That's what you have in Nigeria. And until you become a victim, a direct one, you are likely not going to appreciate this exposure. Dele Farotimi wrote a book. He did not kill anybody. He did not steal anything. He did not destroy any property. He did not kidnap anyone. He did not ruin anybody's life. He exposed crime in the judiciary. They put him in cuffs. Meanwhile, the person that looted over 110 billion naira, a criminal, look at him on the right. That tells you everything you need to know about Nigeria. This is never going to happen anywhere else in the world. I don't think it will happen anywhere else in the world. Somebody who looted the treasury is walking like a king. And somebody that exposed corruption in a system that did not commit any crime is put in cuffs. That's all you need to know about that contraption. Hello there.
My king.
The prince. That's Prince Adebayo from Sweden. How are you, sir?
I say, I'm fine, my king. I say I must call you today because
you must
somebody
voice, okay?
called you. Yes, yes. Somebody called you earlier, and the person said what I have been saying before. You know, we need to have a list of all these criminals. We need to have a list of all these criminals so that no matter whatever happens in that country, they will never go unpunished. We can either leave them exiled or we will seize their properties in that country. You cannot tell me that somebody like this Babalola will go scot-free with all these things. We don't care.
I mean,
Even
the way
the
Nigeria
likes of
is, it's
OBJ.
obviously going to go
Yes.
scot-free. Or he's a coward.
Yes.
He's a big coward.
Yes. Baba,
hiding behind police.
let me tell you. Yes. You know why all these things are happening. There was one, when you were reading the book, there was one part where it says that the Supreme Court had to now share somebody's land. Baba.
Like they are,
you know what is, you know the reason.
Do you understand?
You know why these things are happening? You know why?
We know that this, is actually, we are going to get to that part too. You know what happened in this book is that they are fighting over land, okay? And the real owner of the land, they've won their case in the preliminary stage and then to the appeal courts. Then the users who wanted to steal people's land, they now hired Afe Babalola, who now took the case to the Supreme Court. Now, every document, everything showed that the land belongs to the owner who's won their cases, right?
To the owner.
But the Supreme Court now said, okay, you know what happened is this. We'll divide the land, okay? So you give them some, you take some.
That's our
judgments.
Can you imagine? So, if the Supreme Court cannot determine justice and who is rightful owner of the land, why do they call? Why would they be sitting over the case? We are not looking for our father to come and say, okay, this is the family land. First of all, take this to etc.
No.
Justice. That is why you went to the court. And the court should give justice no matter who's off in God. Don't be sharing somebody's land. And that is why I wanted to say what I want to say now. You see, Baba, the problem we have in that country is that we have accepted our given state. How are we addressed? We are addressed as you are from Imo State, you are from Benue State. Those are not our original forms.
No.
If you are addressed by your ancestral names, your ancestral land, then we can trace from who the land went to who. But if we keep addressing ourselves as states that were created by criminals like Babangida. You know what they call that man, Maradona? We come out and we accept something that a criminal, a rejected, God knows he's rotting in hell now, or where his situation is almost finished. Somebody like that will create state for me and you, as enlightened as we are today. We cannot go back.
We are dragging
and
ourselves.
replace.
I am from this state.
And we are dragging ourselves from this state. Can we not see where the problem is coming from? We are no longer our ancestral self. If you go to South Africa, that's why I love the South Africans. They still address themselves as Zulu people, Xhosa people. You can never steal those people's land. You can never, and you know that Nigeria is a walking time bomb because all these states they created, all the boundaries of all the states are in contention. Because Baba, we are like people who woke up from sleep after they have, useless our land. We now woke up and we now continue from the rubbles of our land, forgetting to trace back.
It's called, confused identity. It's like we're having identity.
Confused. Exactly. How can we continue from where Babangida kept us? We don't know that we have to go back and say, no, this man is a criminal. This man is a dictator, a military dictator that stole power, created states for me and you. And we came out and we went into democracy. And we don't know that the first thing we have to be thinking is, no, this is not where we were. This criminal. And all these people, they are still receiving pension. And look at look at the system they created for us. Look at the justice system. Baba, because for me, I don't think they should be forgiven. They should never be forgiven. See the one that comes as president. See all the land. You know that place he has that body of. That's the most expensive. You know how much? God. Who are the original owners of the land?
Half of the place, people have been chased away from their lands. And then
from their land.
They are allocated to the politicians and their families and their friends and all of that.
And they are making laws that no, all lands belong to government. Forget that something. Before the government, who were the ancestors? Yeah. That means my ancestors fought for their space, only for their space now to be taken away by people like this, this criminal. And we are watching and we are saying it's the law. Which law? Which democracy? Forget democracy. All this, we need to write it. We don't start to write this list, Baba, so that we forever be ringing that bell that this man, his name is in this list, he's a criminal. So that we start to ring the bell for the next generation. We will be leaving problem for the next generation. They will not. They will be more confused than we are. I think we are the last set of people that we remember that
the originality of our ancestors.
The originality, yes. Because all these Gen Zs that are coming, they are super confused. Super confused. But they are super confused. If you don't teach them, if you don't know what is the ancestral names of all these places. Baba, oh God.
Shall tell.
Oh God, time is going. Time is going, Baba.
A lot of us need to actually seek power as well. I think if there's any self-preservation that is so important, if we all want to be really honest, a lot of us need to seek power. We need to hijack power from our respective regions. We must, because the kind of people that are in power in these regions, especially
but you see
they are weak men. They are weak.
But you see the ones that took power. The ones that went from Labour Party, and then are the ones that just enter APC. But how can we do it now again?
No, I'm not talking about them. I said those ones that we have now, these are selfish weak men. You see, most of us who know,
I'm telling you, history, right.
Yeah, most of us who know history. It's unfortunate too. Most of us are outside the country. Do you understand? We have been chased out of that place.
Let's not just be right. It is the people versus these criminals. Nigeria has been captured. It is the people now. We must form ourselves. We must form ourselves as a people and divide ourselves by our ancestral name. I know that the Yoruba is Odua land. The people of, let's say for instance, the Oniru family of Odua land, of so. These names, the Egba people used to be a republic or what's it called? You know that?
Before everyone else.
You read the book here, yes. We must go back to those history and bring them back and re-enlighten the people now before this era finish. Because these people are transferring this criminality to their children, and they will go to any length to stop all of this from coming out to life.
So let me
everybody has a name, an ancestral name. Okay, Baba.
Thank you very much for chipping in. Okay, you have a very good one, Baba. Yeah. So I have another caller. I believe. Hello. Yes, sir.
The Field Marshal.
Yes, sir. Emma, how are you, sir?
Well done. Well done. Long time. I'm just a lucky person, a lucky head today.
Well, I am lucky
by getting you online.
It's been a long time, I know.
How is family?
We thank God, though, we are still here, pushing it.
To God be the glory.
Amen. Thank you. Please.
Let me go straight to the point. Just like as the former callers said. Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear, all of us.
Okay. You see what is happening in that country. You makes me at times. I will be sharing lacrimation. Honestly, my brother. You see somebody like this, our brother, this Dele.
Yes.
Person like him is like we are from a frying pan to jumping inside to fire in that country. Person like Dele Farotimi doesn't need to suffer all this rubbish, guapus and repus that are keeping on his neck now this period. Because why? He exposed Nigerians, and that is what it's supposed to be. Because these people in that country, they have messed up the citizens of that country. We are nothing again in that country. That is why it is good for us, to every one of us, to look for your father's name, answer your name, answer your go to your tribe, check
their own papa name.
Yes, bear your father's name is okay, because what is happening in that country, my brother, I think that was a day. I think that was last year when I made a mention. I made some comment. Maybe that comment is not that good to make in this platform. So, but it's equivalent of the first caller that calls this evening or this afternoon. You understand?
Yep.
Is because let me be open. It's because all these politicians in that country, we are not following them the way we're supposed to follow them. As